Shaq from 2000 to 2002 is better than Tim Duncan from 02 to 04. Then once you start getting years beyond that, it's like Tim Duncan is steadily getting worse year after year. 05 Tim Duncan is probably the last year of peak Tim Duncan. 06, 07, 08 Tim Duncan is not even close to peak Tim Duncan. The same way that 04 and 03 Shaq isn't close to peak Shaq. Like the idea that Tim Duncan just kept his peak level for longer, I don't agree with. Once he started dealing with knee injuries, he declined too. Like Shaq's peak and Tim Duncan's peak were quite similar in length. And then their primes were also, Shaq's was probably longer in terms of being a top 5 caliber player. What Tim Duncan has is that he was effective beyond his prime in a way that Shaq wasn't. And I think that's a testament to longevity. That means something. I'm not saying the only thing that matters in conversations are how long were you elite. Tim Duncan being productive from 09 to 2012 before this freak emergence again in 2013, where he just ramped back up to a top 10 player. I don't know what happened. But Tim Duncan in 2013 just became a top 10 player again. Shout out to him. Shaq didn't have that when he was going to Cleveland and Phoenix. He wasn't producing like that. So that's a credit to Tim Duncan. But both of them from day one. Both of them were top 5 players from day one, at worst like 7th in the league. Shaq maintained that until 05. Tim Duncan maintained that until about, we'll say 07, the last championship. And then he's no longer a top 5 guy until the end of his career. So like, I don't think there's a major longevity gap to be like, I'm going to take Tim Duncan because of the longevity, when I don't think that longevity gap really exists. And Shaq clearly peaked higher and had a longer prime.